Hi you guys, I wanted to film a quick little intro of my baby. This is Berenger. He was born at the end of August via C-section and that went well. He was born healthy, over 8 pounds, and he came home from the hospital with me. The C-section was really hard for me. It's still really hard. I'm like almost 3 weeks postpartum, still recovering, can't bend over. Oh, the house is a mess. I look like a mess. Spit up all over me. Diaper accidents. We're changing clothes like the wind blows. Yeah, so it's been, my husband has paternity leave, thankfully. And Portis has been helping a lot with her baby brother. But yeah, so we got home from the hospital. I had a hard time. Couldn't sleep at the hospital. The bright lights and everything. And then I have health anxiety, so I just don't like being in hospitals. So then we get home. And then he develops a poor little infection, and then we have to be hospitalized. He has to be hospitalized in Children's Hospital. We had to rush him to the hospital. He had a fever. Apparently it's like not good for babies this young to have a fever. They didn't know what it was, so they had to do all these tests. It was really, really, really difficult. And then we got home finally, and it apparently was like a minor infection, but they wanted to check all boxes and things like that. So that was hard, sleeping at the hospital. My husband and I took turns. I didn't get any sleep there either. It was not fun, so we're still trying to catch up on sleep. But yeah, so I just wanted to show him to begin this video. His name is Berenger Jules, if I didn't mention that before. 8 pounds 5 ounces. Portis really loved her baby brother. She's helping a lot, and I just wanted to put this as an intro, as a little update. So I'm trying to recover. My reading life is going to be slowed down a lot. I can't even sit up straight to read yet. It's not comfortable. I might try to get in some like short books, as you'll see me discuss in the video. Thank you for being here. Hi, how's it going? So today I have a video. My daughter's here with me.
Hi.
Of Portis and I, what we read in the month of August and September. My reading has like come to a standstill because I did have my baby at the end of August. It's been really difficult. So basically, yeah. So the first section is what I read. Actually all of these were read in August. I haven't really read anything in September. I've been busy. Okay, this is Angela Carter. This is adult fiction. I read The Magic Toy Shop. It has 3 novels, but The Magic Toy Shop's like about 200 pages. It's like a coming of age story. It's like dark in some ways. It definitely has like some trigger kind of things. It's about this girl. She's 15 years old. It says in the back, you guys, I'm not giving it away. Her parents are killed, so she's sent to London to be raised by her uncle she's never met, a toy maker who lives with his wife and her 2 brothers, one who becomes Melanie's first love. Okay, she goes live in this really like strange kind of house where these people, like, they're very strange. The wife is strange in her own way. It's kind of sad. It's very sad. I don't want to give too much away. The uncle is just like horrible. And then, like it says, kind of like a coming of age, kind of like fairy tale-ish. It's like a short novel. It really kept my interest from the beginning to the end. It's about Melanie, who really is struggling with being a child, like that weird awkward stage of being a child, yet she wants to be like a woman. And it really kept my interest on that level. Like the juxtaposition of like still being young and innocent, but yet tragically she has to deal with all these adult things. And then she kind of wants to be a woman, but she's not yet ready to be a woman. And it's really about that. It's about like her progression into like adulthood and then like dealing with tragedy. And it's the writing is very, very, very good. I'm interested to read the other 2 books by Angela Carter, and I really, really enjoyed it. I don't think it's a book I will like reread because it's so dark in a weird way. Definitely has triggered things. If you are concerned about certain themes, definitely look it up because I don't want to give too much away and say what those themes are. It is very interesting. And then the title of The Magic Toy Shop, I was expecting something totally different, but it's called that because her uncle is a toy maker. But it's pretty realistic as far as like that theme would go. I enjoyed it. I gave it 5 stars. Yeah. Okay, so my daughter and I both read this book by Tove. Is it
Tove Jansson.
Tove Jansson, The Moomins and the Great Flood. So it's like a little short, illustrated like chapter book ish, little tale about these little people, these little creatures called the Moomins, right? Moomins.
Yeah, the Moomin trolls.
Yeah, and so it's just like a cute little family story about these little Moomins. I had never read it. I know it's like a children's classic. And I really enjoyed it. My daughter enjoyed it. We both enjoyed it. And then we're both interested. She already started the next part in the series. It's like a series. So yeah, it's just cute. It reminds me of just like little innocent childhood chapter book of an adventure. And I highly recommend it. I think it'd make a really, really, really great read aloud about this cute little family and their adventures. Okay, so these I started as an adult because I thought maybe my baby, when he grows up, he would be interested in reading these with me as a read aloud. So I wanted to kind of preview them. This is Adventures of Sophie Mouse series.
I actually read this a long time ago.
Yeah, Portis read these when she was like in first or second grade. And I like the fact that they're highly, highly illustrated. Look at that. It has illustrations almost on every single page. And it looks like hand-drawn illustrations. I love that. So basically it's about this cute little mouse named Sophie, and basically like her life in the Silver Lake Forest. And she like has all these friends, are animals. It's like a very, very, very beginner chapter book. And I really do want to continue the series, continue buying them used. These are all used from like thriftbooks.com. So I recommend the series. I think they'll be really good for really young readers and even like older readers if you want to do like a nice cozy little read aloud of like animal stories. And they're keeping my interest as an adult. They're not as advanced as the Heartwood Hotel. They're much younger in spirit, but they really remind me of the Heartwood Hotel series, which is one of my favorite chapter book series. So I really love these. So I'm going to continue reading Little Sophie Mouse. So that was what I read for August. I want to show you guys books I started in August, but I didn't finish. So I did not finish any of these. I started, this is adult fiction, I Am a Cat. Sosekai Natsumi? S-O-S-E-K-I.
Soseki Natsumi.
And so basically this is like 3 parts of I Am a Cat in one book, one novel. I literally just picked this up at Barnes & Noble's. It literally just grabbed my attention months ago. I just could not connect with it. And I just didn't really connect with the cat's personality. And it's basically like him just observing people like his owners, which I'm not really that interested in the life of his owner. I have a hard time knowing who would like this book. If you like cats, maybe. And then if you, I don't know, I put it down. I DNF'd it for now. It's just, yeah, I don't know. Okay, this is another adult fiction, How to Love Your Daughter, a novel by Hila Bloom. I'm not sure how you say it, but
Hila Bloom.
Okay, so basically it's about this woman and her daughter, and they have like a broken relationship or whatever. And the woman, I guess she's like, I don't know, maybe in her 60s or something, and her daughter's like, oh, well, or 50s, and her daughter's like in her 30s or something like that. Or, you know, basically, because she has grandchildren, and she's kind of like watching them from a distance. It doesn't, I thought I would absolutely love this book. It's literary fiction right in my alley. It's just like, I didn't even get to the point of why they have like an estranged relationship. It just wasn't capturing my interest. From the perspective of the mom kind of wanting to kind of like have a relationship with her daughter, but yet they're estranged. It's just hard to describe because the chapters are very short and it's kind of like that. I don't know. I'm DNFing it for now, but I'm not forever DNFing either one. And then you guys, I talked about this in previous videos. I really love Sophie Anderson, but I just could not get into these two. This is The Thief Who Sang Storms, and this is The Castle of Tangled Magic. I really love The House with the Chicken Legs and The Girl Who Speaks Bear. Those are both 5 stars for me. felt like these were both like way younger in spirit, which that's what they are. You know, they're middle grade fiction. And I just connect a little bit more with kind of like emotional, dramatic, like protagonists who are like maybe like orphans who have some type of family issues or something like that. And this one, like, she doesn't have anything going on with her family. Like, it's almost like a perfect family. It's just her house is like falling apart. She lives in like an old castle, and she's trying to like solve this like magic with the castle. And it just lost my interest. But I'm not saying it's a bad book or anything. I just like, yeah, I don't know. It's just way more adventure-y. And then this is A Thief Who Sang Storms. This one, I believe, like, so it's about these people who live on one side of the island, and then these like bird people who live on the other side. And like Lynette is the protagonist. She wishes she could sing magic like her father and bring the two sides of the island together. Again, it's kind of like more focused on like bringing the island together and like adventure, but I kind of like books about like relationships, and I don't know, like I just DNF'd it for now, sadly, because I love her writing. She focuses on like fairy tales and tall tales and like folklore. It's all like folklore and stuff like that, which I find fascinating as a reader. But I just put both aside for now. Okay, you guys, so now I'm going to show you guys what's on my TBR for the next few weeks. I'm also doing a video with like autumn Halloween books that hopefully I might get to. So these are kind of on my like long list of TBR because I bought these recently, but I got them off from thriftbooks.com, but I just don't know how much time I'm going to have reading the next, like, until my baby's like sleeping better, a little bit older. So these are 3. I wanted to continue the series. This is 3, 4, and 5 of the Sophie Mouse. Forget Me Not Lake, Looking for Winston, and the Maple Festival. So I'm really looking forward to reading this one in in like fall, Halloween. So I'm want to hurry up and finish these. So I'm probably going to start these really soon if I can get time. Yeah. And then this is The Three Tales of My Father's Dragon. This is I bought for my daughter and son. But mainly, we already all read the first one. You know, her and I did, not him yet, of course. But I wanted the other ones. So I'm really interested to check out the other stories in here. Elmer and the Dragon, and then the Dragons of Blueland. So yeah, so I've been wanting this book for a while, and I finally found it on Thrift Books when I was placing another order. I really love My Father's Dragon. I think it's a really good read aloud for a lot of ages. And I wanted to try the other 2. And then, oh, sorry that I didn't say Ruth Stiles Gannett. And then this is Odd Fellows Orphanage by Emily Winfield Martin. So this one, I really love her work. Oh, it has a little thing in it. And I wanted to try Odd Fellows Orphanage. So she is an author, illustrator. I would say it's like kind of like a younger middle grade. So discover the magical, marvelous world of Oddfellows through the eyes of its newest orphan, Delia, from the unusual students to classes in cryptozoology and fairy tale studies, from haircut day to sea monsters, sighting field trip, nothing in Oddfellows is ordinary except when it comes to friendships. So I love stories about orphans, and this one has an orphan, so I will definitely check it out. I really loved her fairy tale retelling of Snow and Rose. Snow and Rose is called. The same author. Okay, now my daughter, what she read for the last month and a half.
So, today I'm talking about books I've read that are from late July to early September. So, there's 2 books that I've read from the library that I will not be showing today, but I'll be showing all the other books. So,
okay, so yeah, she's keeping her book log in this little student planning notebook from School Nest. So, okay.
I'm going to start with the books I'm currently reading. So, for my free time, I'm reading The Search for Willa by Tony DeTerlizzi.
And that's like a middle grade fiction, right?
Yeah. It's the same author who wrote Spiderwick Chronicles. I really like it so far. It's about this girl. She lives with, like,
Does it have illustrations?
Yes, like
Okay.
every few pages in every chapter. It's basically about this girl, Eva. She lives underground, and one day she's forced to go above ground to find other people, because, like, it's a very, because people live in these underground bunkers and stuff, actually for homeschool.
Yeah.
And it's just a science book about, like, science and
That's
stuff.
Life, Looking for Living Things All Around You by Mike Barfield. Lauren Humphrey is the illustrator. So it's like comic book style mixed with like typical nonfiction, and it's all about like bacteria and biology, right?
Yeah, and, like, all living life forms. This is well, I don't know if it's the first one in the series, but it's in the series, and it's the first one I've read.
Comet in Moomin Land. Yeah, it says book 1.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So this is a middle grade.
It's, like, about these Moomin, and, like, there's a comet coming, and they don't know what to do.
It's the same Moomins in that book we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
It's like continuing the series, but it's a little bit longer.
Yeah,
right? It's like middle
longer.
grade fiction.
It has less illustrations, too.
Are you interested in continuing the series?
Yes.
Okay, good.
They have quite a few books.
And I'm looking forward to reading this eventually.
All of these. Next up is The Chalice of the Gods in the Percy Jackson series by Rick Riordan. This is actually
This is a middle grade fiction.
Yeah, this is the sixth book. It's technically
Mythology.
It's kind of an add-on. It's not real. It doesn't correlate to the main storyline. Well, it's the same characters, but it's not like it's after everything's over and stuff.
Okay, so you really love Percy Jackson, and did you enjoy it?
Mhm. This is the first book of Amulet by Kazu Kibuishi. It's about these, like, two siblings, and like, their mom gets kidnapped by this octopus, and they have to, like, save her and
It's
stuff.
kind of an adventure story.
Yeah.
And you weren't really big on continuing this series. It didn't really
No.
wholly grab you.
No.
So she liked it, but she didn't love it, and we're not continuing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So next up is the Lightfall series. There's gonna be more in the series, but right now there's only 3. So I read all 3. I love them all.
So let's just talk about the main one. So she read all 3, but she'll just talk about what's the main one about, so you don't give the other ones away.
Basically, it's this girl, and it's called Galdurian, and her adopted grandfather goes out to, like, help sail away this little, like, creature, and she has to, like, go out and try to find him and stuff.
So it's also kind of adventure, but it has
Yeah.
some, like, is it like science fiction-y or kind of like... No?
It's fantasy.
Fantasy, okay.
Yeah. There's a bunch of, like, made-up species.
Wait, is that the same author?
No. This is Tim Proble.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you really love this, and you're looking forward to reading the 4th one?
Yeah. Next up is Coraline. We both read this, but Mom read this a long time ago.
Neil
Like,
Gaiman?
Coraline
This would
by
actually
Neil
also be
Gaiman.
good to read in the fall /
Yeah.
October, but
'Cause
anyway.
it's kind of weird and creepy
Spooky,
at
it's
times.
creepy a little bit. Smidge. I wasn't scared.
Yeah.
I get scared easy, and it didn't really scare me.
No.
This is like a classic, I would call this like a modern classic. It's a very popular middle grade fiction, so did you enjoy it?
Yes.
So it's about this girl named Coraline, and then she has a creepy house. She steps through the door to find another house, and her family looks like the same duplicates. Like
Except for Bud and Eyes.
yes, it's very, I think in this book you could almost write a thesis on. Like, it's
Yeah.
very, like, philosophical, layered, and deep. What did you think?
I really liked it. I've also read a few other books by Neil Gaiman. The Graveyard Book and On the Frost Giants.
And you really like him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
So-
he's like straight to the point, no
Yeah,
fluffiness.
his writing is very straight to the point. He doesn't like fluff it, and it gets you kind of like hooked in right away. I would say not similar in theme to Kate DiCamillo, but I would say he's like really good at editing like Kate DiCamillo is of his work. And I really like how he edits his work. You can tell he self-edits because, you know, you have editors and things like that, of course, like in publishers, but like you can tell with a writer when they really know how to fine-tune their work, and I would say that he's good at that.
Next up is Nordic Tales. It's folk tales from around Norway, Sweden, Finland, Iceland, and Denmark, and the illustrations are by Ola Thymel. Like, a bunch of them.
And you really enjoyed it. You read this
Yeah.
pretty quickly. She read this
Yeah.
in like like 2 days or something.
One day.
One
A
day.
few hours, actually.
Look at that. It's really nice.
Yeah.
I love when they tell you what country or continent or whatever that a book. I mean, when you have these folktale books, I love when they have like around the world, and they tell you the countries and stuff like that.
Yeah. I like them because some of them I've heard before and I never knew where they came from. And
Yeah.
some of them people like modify them so I get to see like kind of
Yeah.
the original one.
So the last book that she read in the the last month and a half is The Jungle Book.
So this is actually
Nina Lima.
the author is Rudyard Kipling. It's actually not just the Jungle Book. The Jungle Book is a compilation of stories. It's the main one, the Jungle Book, which is like about Mowgli
Oh yeah.
and stuff.
So this is a
And
contents. Oh.
it
That
yeah.
was a Jungle Book, or
No. It's different stories in there. I'm pretty sure it's 4 or 5 different stories. One about seals, one about a garden, one about like all these animals.
so
One
okay.
about
So
some
this one's like interactive. We're working on collecting these. It's gonna take us a while, but it has like all these like little things. We have the Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm.
I want to collect these Mina Lima interactive versions. So what did you think of like the writing in the Jungle Book?
I liked it. It was like the way they talked to each other was kind of Shakespearean. They used like thou and thee and stuff like that. Not as heavily as Shakespearean, like nowhere near it, but they do use stuff like that.
What did
It
you
was
think about the interactive elements versus just reading a regular novel?
I liked it. Because, like, at one point, I'd be like, ooh, there's a little interactive thing coming up.
Right. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Have a good day or night. Bye.